Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another day of Guess What Debbie Learned. So, I'm glad I learned this lesson now instead of 3 months from now, maybe when my content is more elaborate and important. But I made the grave mistake yesterday of somehow I did record some content and it's gone. I don't know where it's at. I'm sure I deleted it. My ADHD self probably went straight through and said, "Nope, that one was a wash. No, 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 delete." And then in my thoroughness, went straight to my recently deleted folder and just finished the job. Just got rid of everything. That's my guess. That sounds a lot like me. So today, and yesterday I had great hair day. I was dressed so cute. I had on a dress. Today, guys, you get a third day hair and a Treaty Oak Revival t-shirt and leggings. That's what you get. When you delete content that you worked so hard for, you get the t-shirt and the next day hair. That's just what you get. We got Bogey in the background over here. So if you want to hear some sweet little doggy grunts, hang on. Of course, he would be quiet. I probably shouldn't encourage that. He's eventually going to eat something important. He does that frequently, so. Star of the show back there. If he starts doing something obscene, y'all say something. So, the content, anyway, what you missed. What you missed is I did an unboxing of this Maono mic. So nice. I love this thing. I did get myself a little side table, and today I learned that I need maybe a place to sit my tripod and then a place to sit my microphone in front of me, so that you guys can be not too close, because I feel like we need a bit of personal space. I don't want to make it weird. We don't know each other like that yet. So, showcase my fancy microphone here. So we got a little light. I don't know why it's in a ring, but I like it. It can be Bluetooth, which is what I'm using now with my phone. Or you can plug it directly into your sound system with whatever kind of wires those are. And I should know what those wires are. I've been in music long enough that I should know, and I don't remember. I've lost it. Donald is going to be so disappointed. Anyway, so we've got the stand for the phone. We've got the microphone. We've got a side table, and theoretically, to start recording the audiobooks, I could use this setup because I'm not going to film that part. I would just be sitting at the table doing that. So this is actually a perfect setup. I will just truck this little thing into the closet and start recording without the gremlin under me making all his little grunty noises. The chair still looks great. Dolly, the sheep chair, star of the show. All the weird stains that look like a possum died in it are gone. So I'm excited about that. Got too far away. Now it feels weird. It's no longer an intimate conversation anymore. I'm too far away. So a few things that I learned. I've learned that I probably need a backup plan for storage until I edit. I need a backup plan for storage. I also found out that I think I'm going to need some, I don't know if you would call it B-roll, if it's photographs and things of that nature. but maybe some photographs to insert and to make the videos a bit more interesting and to use as transitions instead of just hard cutting from one thing to another. My endings are very abrupt because I am prone to just say, okay, bye. And I have some little thing like this that my girls and I do whenever we're leaving. We're like, bye. Or if we pull up and say hello. So if you see this, this is my wave. Little nuances. I'm very cringy. Gosh, that's so cringy to see yourself. That's probably, it's not probably, it's why I went and deleted the things that I've deleted so far. That and phone storage. I think we all have that issue. I did also learn a little bit about YouTube content creation because inevitably I do want to monetize this and make money. So I've already had my YouTube account forever and I've got enough views to technically monetize if it were over 14,000 years, how long I've had my account open. But you have to have, I think, 5,000 views within 90 days, 500 followers, and I feel like there was one other thing. So I'm not there yet. So like, subscribe, watch the video till the end, all that jazz. And just so that you will know too, whenever you're uploading videos, I think you have to have uploaded at least 3 videos within 90 days as well. So make sure when you upload your videos, you're doing that consistently and do it all within 90 days, I think is the lesson to be learned there. I'm also learning about affiliate links and I've already submitted an application for Amazon affiliate program. And I'm going to look into a few other affiliate programs too, because that's another way to monetize and make money, because this is going to be what I do. So we'll see how long it takes me and what the road leads to, because inevitably I'm at a point in life where I can, if this takes off, that's great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. And I think that's kind of the beauty of it, but my life would be so much easier if I could figure out a way for this to be my profession. A little bit about us right now. So I can't remember how I've introduced myself, but my husband and I started an internet service provider company back in 2014. We moved to this small town in Alabama, and he was writing software at the time, and he couldn't get enough internet to upload his work to Chicago, which is where the company that he was working with was based. And I think when we moved over here, we were just naive. We didn't realize that that having internet was an iffy sort of thing. We just assumed that the internet is internet. It will just be wherever you go. So we were immediately faced with the problem of sell the land that we had just purchased to build our forever home on, or do something about it. And he's a pretty smart guy, so I'll brag on him for a moment. He ended up getting 2 T1 lines run to our land, and we got a maximum of 3 megabits per second, which is abysmal. And it was still the best thing on the block within anywhere near us. And our neighbors obviously saw all this weirdness being installed and going on and had questions, and they were like, can I get in on that? So with the type of service that we bought, it was a business service, and we were able to resell it. And so we put up our first pole and access points, and we started providing internet to just basically our local neighbors within about a mile of us. And we became an internet service provider because that 3 megabits per second shared amongst a few neighbors was still far better than what anyone around us had been getting. So it was just this huge need, and we ended up, the word got out, and we ended up buying a radio station in town and using its tower to provide internet signals from. So we had fiber lines run there, And then we rented an office in downtown as well, and that was another access point location. And then we found a tower on top of a mountain, and that was another access point location. So we just kept adding to our network little by little, and now we've grown to, I think we're up to 12 towers and probably in the ballpark of about 65 neighborhood poles as well. And somewhere in the ballpark of internet service customers fluctuate. So I would say on average we maintain about 1,000 customers, and it's just been a fun ride. So that is our original business that we started when we moved to Alabama. The second thing that we did was we opened up a bar and restaurant with a partner, and then we built a bowling alley as well. We still own the bowling alley. We sold our part of the bar, but we still own a bowling alley. And we just recently bought a golf course. And so that's the beautiful rainy scene that you see behind me right now. So we moved out onto the golf course as soon as we bought it. Our nieces moved in with us, and we homeschool. Well, the oldest of the nieces that live with us is 20, so she's out of school. She's in college now on summer break, but our 17-year-old niece is still finishing up her homeschool, so she's got 2 more years to do, and she's going to get that nailed down within a year. She's so smart, and they're just so hardworking, and so that's been so much fun. So that's a little bit about who I am and part of my reason for wanting to do something like this, where I can be at home and prove to them too and show them that I've got enough work ethic to stick with it, even if it's hard and even if it's before it pays off, because it's the right thing to do. If it's truly what my goal is to stick with it, I want to show them that. And that's just something that my parents instilled with me too, is a good work ethic wins out. So I'm going to be putting in the hard work. And I may not be the best at it at first, but I will learn. And I'll get there. And as hard as I'm willing to work at it is going to be what makes me be at the top of my game. So as cringy as this is right now, and as hard for me to watch myself and to go back and do my own edits and to be that person right now, I think it's all going to pay off in the end, because for the first time, this one is just my idea. And so the audiobook narration, that is my ultimate goal. I want to be an audiobook narrator. I'm going to do that. The YouTube part of that is it a sideshow? I don't want to call it a side hustle, because it is also a hustle, and it's also going to require a lot of work and a lot of time to put into it to learn about it, because I know nothing right now. So it's a separate hustle and one to document the ultimate journey of learning how to be an audiobook narrator, or maybe this part of it just becomes the community that I share with you guys, to kind of put my life out there and to bring us all back to human. In the age of AI, just finding the human connection again, because it's hard to know what's real anymore. And I think that's why I've navigated away from some of the other platforms, just because it's hard to tell. The deep fakes are good. And I think at this point, this is probably so unprofessional that there is absolutely no way that anyone would mistake this for AI. If you do, I'm flattered. But I think it's just another part of me that this is just searching for something interesting. And so come on in along on my ride. I'm gonna do weird stuff that makes my husband think I'm crazy. But I learn a lot too, so. Speaking of which, I think I hear Mr. Sullivan coming now, so I'm going to sign off for today. I'm sad that I lost all of my other content creation that I've made. Lesson learned though. Tomorrow's a new day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Daddy's just so typically me. Oh,
Welcome back,
baby,
welcome back.
baby.
I think we have figured out the microphone. So that took a hot second and a couple of Google searches, but it was pretty easy. So, for the record, introductory but fairly useless. Not entirely useless, but not entirely helpful. And internet, very helpful. So to connect it, basically you take this little lightning connector and you just have it ready. You're going to turn your microphone on. I think I did a long hold press and waited on it to blink, and then I plugged the USB thing into my phone, and boom, I'm connected, and that's all there was to it. So that was pretty nice. There is an app. It's called Mayono Link, and you can download that, and you can change these fancy colors around your microphone and adjust the gain, adjust your headphone volume. I didn't know headphones were going to be an option, but they are. So, you know what? I'm about gear. I need some more gear. I'm going to see if I can find the headphones that will go with this thing. So, super excited. I think it looks and sounds great so far. And one more thing down, a million more to go. So, stay tuned.